Check, check. Is that better? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. All right, great. Class of 2020, go ahead and have a seat. Miss Jackie Jones, the Vice President, is going to do our welcome today.
On behalf of the class of 2020, I'd like to welcome those who could be here today and those watching from afar. In these unprecedented times, we all began to abandon the idea of a graduation ceremony, so I'd like to also thank those that have allowed this to happen. This may not be the typical graduation ceremony, but if there's anything I have learned about our class, we will make the best of it. We didn't know when our last day of school was going to be, and we were left with a couple months of distance learning and a lot of free time. But we made the best of it. We adapted. We found ways to be together while apart, and we used our time to prepare for the future. Families even got a little extra time with us. Class of 2020, now that we have had plenty of time to drive our parents crazy, it's our time. All of the ups and downs have prepared us for our futures. There may have been a button in the ear incident, we may have evacuated the school a time or two, and we ended our education in quarantine. But somehow the school is still standing, and so are we. I know I can look back and smile at the memories I have made. I hope you can all do the same. Just remember as we move forward, no matter where life takes us, we have each other to lean on. We don't need to be next to each other in order to be together. Thank you.
Next, please join me in welcoming Greg Sonnefrank, the class treasurer, to the podium for our invocation.
For those of you who are able, will you please rise and bow your heads? Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us all here today to celebrate the class of 2020 and our commencement. Thank you for watching over and guiding us this far in each of our journeys, and we ask that you continue to bless and guide us into our futures. Thank you for all the ways that you bless us and help us to use these blessings for your will. In your name we pray, amen.
Next, we'll invite our guest speaker, English professor, Mr. Troy Andrews, to the podium for our speech.
All right, so hello everybody. I don't know if you all know me, but they do. My name, you know what? Sorry. We're gonna try this. I have a beard, it doesn't really matter anyway. My name is Troy Andrews, and I want you all to know that I will not be speaking to you about COVID-19 today. I think we've heard enough about that. We're gonna look at some other things here, and to be honest with you, I can't believe I'm standing here at all. And it's not because I'm having some sort of existential crisis or anything along those lines. It's just the fact that I'm just surprised I was given the privilege to be in front of all of you after the way everything has transpired. 3 years ago, I had an opportunity to come to North Miami to teach English. And the purpose of that trip was I was looking for a better opportunity for myself and for my family. And for any one of you who sat in my room, you've heard me tell that story before. You see, I had this dream, and that dream was to go out there and to make sure that I was doing everything in my power to seize opportunities to make sure that I was providing the best that I could for myself and for my family. And so I came to North Miami, and you know what? It was that. Everything about this place was a dream come true for me. I loved working with you. I loved working with the people back here, and I'm thankful for the time that I had with you. All that said, August, this past year, rolled around, and I was given another opportunity, one that I did not see coming. And I had to make, and I did make, an excruciating choice. I left North Miami. Belief is a choice, so you can choose to believe me or not, but my choice to leave North Miami after just a few weeks was one that nearly ate me alive. I've always been told that you should finish what you start. And generally speaking, I think this is wonderful advice, but I think there might be a few exceptions. As I mentioned earlier, out of nowhere, I was given an opportunity to go teach at the college level and to go back to school and to get my PhD. And for every student sitting out here who ever sat in a room with me at any point in time for an English class knows what was my dream, what was my goal, what did I want to go after? It was those two things. In fact, whether it was having conversations with Gavin or Marianne or anybody out there who joked about this, even I think this year before I left, referring to me as Professor Andrews kind of as a joke. And the way things worked out, it was almost unbelievable. So out of nowhere, I was given this opportunity, and I took it. And it hurt to leave you guys all behind. I hope you understand that. In a sense, I even felt like I betrayed you a little bit. I showed up, I saw an opportunity, and I did leave. That said, after hearing back from so many of you, hearing back from the staff, constant conversation, and for some unfortunate few of you still being in charge of you one way or the other, and being asked to do this, I feel like maybe I've reached a different conclusion about the way things worked out. That maybe I taught you something and showed you something a little bigger and a little better than just composition techniques, how to analyze a poem, or how to communicate in an extemporaneous speech class. So students, hear me now. I hope what you have seen from me and what this speech reminds you of is that you must always be ready for opportunities. I would have never imagined things working out this year the way that they did, but I had a dream, it presented itself, and I went for it. That's the thing about opportunities too. You don't know how many you're going to have, and you don't know when they're going to come. But all that being said, I had an opportunity, and to paraphrase Robert Frost, it made all the difference in the world to take that opportunity. So students, I don't know what tomorrow holds for you. We live in a truly unique time, and it feels like each day presents with new challenges. It could be politics, culture, or some other third thing I promised you I wouldn't talk about at all day. But what I can tell you is that each of you have a great opportunity coming your way right now. My question to you is, are you ready for it? And I know what you're thinking, by the way. I know you're thinking, what if I'm not ready? What if I feel like I'm not quite in a position to do this? I don't know if I was ready either, to be honest with you, but I went for it. And that's not an academic thing at all. That's life. One personal example of this in terms of opportunity and readiness, I was not ready to be told that my unborn child had a complex congenital heart condition and she was going to require multiple open heart surgeries. She has her third one coming up in a couple months. She's 4. I wasn't ready for that, but I had an opportunity to do something great. Changing of the words a little bit. We take something that's an obstacle, a problem, and we change it into an opportunity. I wasn't ready for that same little girl to be diagnosed with autism. She's also mute. I wasn't ready for those things. But I was given a chance to be her father, and I was given a chance to be someone involved in that beautiful, loving little girl's life. And because I looked at it as an opportunity and not an obstacle, not a problem, not a woe is me situation, it became the most wonderful blessing in my entire life. Opportunities, my friends. I never said the opportunities would make things easier. In fact, they might require you to work harder than you ever have before. So here's the truth. I said opportunities were coming your way. In all seriousness, you're in the middle of an opportunity right now. You've been given a chance to go out there and to do something great. Maybe it will be to chase your dream like I did this past year and go to school and chase an occupation, education, those types of things. And it'll be that positive dream come true. But just maybe it will be a chance to go through and to deal with an extraordinary challenge and something that you need to adjust your mind to turn it into something that was an obstacle or a problem and turn it into an opportunity. North Miami, you're ready for it. My only hope is you'll seize it with all your being. Thank you.
Next, I have the privilege of introducing you to the Salutatorian for the class of 2020. That is Mr. Gavin Dyson. Come on up.
Hello, everyone. It is so great to be able to be out here in person. I guess you could say senior skip day is officially over. But in all seriousness, I would like to begin by thanking those who have helped make this day possible. To all the staff of North Miami, thank you all for the effort and time you have put in to get us to walk across this baseball field. Thank you for always being there for us, even when we didn't want to be in class. We may not have enjoyed the assignments you gave us, while we worked on them, but you have instilled a work ethic into each of us that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. As Gordon B. Hinckley once said, you can't build a great building on a weak foundation. You must have a solid foundation if you're going to have a strong superstructure. This quote stands out to me because it speaks a lot about our lives right now. We are at a turning point in our lives where so many decisions need to be made that will have an incredible impact later down the line. If not for the decisions made now, how will we be successful in the future? If we truly want to flourish in life, we must first lay the foundation of hard work and effort while we are young. The challenges this year has brought into our lives have unified us and will always remember the year 2020, where a global pandemic threw a wrench into our last semester of high school and the start of the rest of our lives. No one expected that we would finish the rest of our senior year online while the world around us experienced shutdowns due to COVID-19. But that is the hand we were given, and we made it through. These challenges will only make us stronger. We are ready for life beyond high school, and we will go out into the world ready and able to accomplish our dreams, whatever they may be. As you walk across this baseball field today, take the lessons learned within the school and carry them with you in your hearts for the rest of your lives. The world constantly changes around us, whether it be adjusting to virtual classes, making the transition out of high school, or even how the plans for today changed just this week. Let's go out and change the world for the better.
And now I'd like to invite our valedictorian for the class of 2020, Mr. Thomas Lane, to come address this class. I see you got your medals. Try to be as close to the mic as you can. All right.
Hello. I'd just like to begin by thanking everybody for being here today and for everything you've done for us. I know we all appreciate it, especially under these circumstances where simple attendance means so much more. The world's a weird place right now. A lot of changes have occurred recently. We've lost a lot, some of the best parts of our senior year, but despite losing some of the moments we've been looking forward to, we still have a lot of shared experiences to look back upon. And when considering that, I don't think the coronavirus took as much from us as we may have initially thought. We took a trip to Chicago in 6th grade. We went to the zoo in kindergarten. We participated in homecoming together and have been in class together for most of our lives. We've had such a good run together. We should not focus on this last semester. In fact, we may be better because of what happened. We have had to learn to adapt to new situations and make the best of what seems like a worst-case scenario. I think we've all become very resourceful people from this, and that's a good thing. We will be prepared to tackle change head-on rather than hoping to slide by in the rut of the past. And as somebody who's worn the same clothes since 7th grade, I love the rut, but can appreciate being forced to leave it. We'll be less discouraged when months of work are destroyed and we have to start anew. Overall, what we've learned from this is how to press on. As much as we want to finish what we start, even when we can't, we can move on and persevere. Thank you.
Next comes the fun part. I'd like to ask Ms. Cavage to join me up here. She's going to help me with the presentation of diplomas. Guest, it's kind of obvious this is a little abnormal for a program today. We're also including senior awards with this presentation. So on the table before me, each of these are labeled with the graduates' names. Inside of each of those portfolios includes their diploma, any scholarships they've earned, any awards, certificates. Sometimes some of them have checks in there for those scholarships. There's plaques. There's lots of stuff in these portfolios, but we'll try to acknowledge all of that when we announce each individual graduate. I should add that the pitcher's mound has a camera set up at it, but parents and step-parents, anyone on the infield with us today, that's your designated photo spot. If you want to run up to the pitcher's mound when your graduate is rounding the bases, feel free to do so. Okay, first we'll have Mr. John Paul Abshire. Go ahead and approach home plate for us, John. What we'll do when I announce each graduate's name, and Paisha, yep, you're on it. Good job. We'll applaud each graduate on the way to first. I'll read some announcements about them between first and third, and then you can applaud again as they come home. Graduates, you can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. Don't hurt yourselves, though. So we have Mr. John Paul Abshire. John would like to thank his grandma, his mom, and his stepdad specifically for their support. His future plans include shipping on September 9th for the United States Navy. Clear the path for John. He's coming home. Don't forget to touch home. You'll get called out. All right, John. Our next graduate, Miss Paisha Danae Attaway. Paisha would like to thank her mom and dad specifically. Her future plans include attending IUPUI and pursuing a doctorate for pediatric oncology. You should also know that Paisha was voted by her classmates as the biggest class clown and the loudest. Paisha received a scholarship this year from Heartland Career Center. Good job, Paisha. Our next graduate, Mr. Skylar Lewis Alderfer. Skylar would like to thank Mr. Storm and Mr. Demeen specifically. His future plans are currently undecided. job, Skylar. Our next graduate, Mr. Braxton Anthony Beal. Braxton would like to thank his mom and dad and teachers who helped him through it, specifically. His future plans are to join the workforce. Braxton was acknowledged by his classmates as being the best friends with Greg Sonnefrank and having the best vehicle. Our next graduate, Mr. Jimmy Des Moines Boyer. Jimmy would like to thank everyone, and his future plans include Ball State University, studying computer science. Oh, here he comes. Our next graduate to announce is Miss Kayla Renee Brownlee. Kayla would like to thank her mom and teachers specifically. Her plans are to attend Ivy Tech for dental assisting. Nope. That's an error on my part. She's attending Purdue for actuary science. Kayla is also voted the quietest of the senior class. Our next graduate, Miss Caitlin Nicole Burns. Caitlin would like to thank her family for their support, and you could probably guess that she's attending Ivy Tech for dental assisting. Caitlin also received this year the Sarah Ann Harrell Memorial Scholarship. Our next graduate to announce, Mr. Gavin Andrew Dyson. Gavin would like to thank parents, teachers, and staff specifically. His plans are to attend Purdue and study engineering. Mr. Dyson was acknowledged by his classmates as being the biggest overachiever. And we had trouble fitting everything in Gavin's envelope here. He is receiving the following: outstanding AP Literature and Composition student, outstanding Supervised Ag Experience student, TRC Scholar Athlete, the Claude S. and Mary M. Berger Foundation Scholarship, Robert M. Larison First Farmers Bank and Trust Scholarship, the Miami County Community Foundation Scholarship, the Peru-Miami Lodge 67 Masons Scholarship, Mexico Lions Club Scholarship, and an FFA Scholarship. Our next graduate to acknowledge is Miss Emily Sue Eckelbarger. Emily would like to thank her mom, dad, and grandparents specifically. She plans on taking a gap year and in the meantime working on youth ministry through her church. Emily is also being acknowledged today for being an outstanding 3D art student. Our next graduate to acknowledge today is Miss Jasmine Page Fairchild. Jasmine would like to thank her family and staff, and she is currently undecided regarding her future plans. Jasmine's also being acknowledged today for being an outstanding world history student. Good job, Jasmine. Our next graduate to announce, Miss Alice Marie Fogelsong. Alice would like to thank her mother and father and Jacob. Her plans are to join the workforce. Another round of applause for Alice. Miss Mackenzie Lee France. She's got a surprise visitor. Good to see you, Maddie. Mac would like to thank her family and our staff, specifically Mr. Wildermuth. Her plans are to attend Purdue and major in ag economics. Mac's receiving the Sarah Ann Harrell Memorial Scholarship as well today. The Distinguished Young Woman recognition, Max and Sue Hattery Family Scholarship, Richard Kinsey Memorial Scholarship, the Glenn Jones Honor Scholarship, another FFA scholarship, and we would like to acknowledge her for academic all-conference for swimming. Miss Marianne Nicole Freeman. Marianne would like to thank her mom, her dad, and grandparents. She's planning on attending Ball State University and studying elementary education. Her classmates the other day told us that she and Connor Wilson are the couple that should be but aren't. She was also voted best dressed by her classmates. She's receiving the TRC Distinguished Award, the TRC Spring Academic All-Conference, Stephen A. Brack Memorial Volleyball Scholarship, the NMEA Scholarship, the Coca-Cola Scholarship, Mary Lee Temple Memorial Scholarship, Academic All-Conference for basketball as well, and the FOP Lodge 72 Scholarship, as well as the North Miami Athletic Boosters Scholarship. Miss Ariana J. Glassburn. Ariana would like to thank specifically her grandpa, and she has made plans to ship out on August 4th for the Navy. Another round of applause for Ariana. Mr. Jackson Clark Green. He would like to thank his dad and coaches. He's going to Ivy Tech, and those plans include playing baseball. Look out. Miss Carly Teresa Gunter. Carly would like to thank her mom, dad, and grandma, and she is planning to become a realtor. Another round of applause for Carly. Miss Hannah Nicole Hall. Hannah would like to thank her family and coaches. She's going to attend IUK and study criminal justice. Her classmates acknowledge that her and Bailey Kime are best friends, and she's earned several other acknowledgments. The Levon M. Eddy Nursing Scholarship, James U. and Betsy Guthrie Health Scholarship, the Lynn Smith Tharp Memorial Nursing Scholarship, the Jostin Scholarship, the Mexico Lions Club Scholarship. She was recognized as all-conference for basketball and is also receiving an athletic boosters scholarship. Miss Josie Ann Haskett. Josie would like to specifically thank her mom and all those who supported her. She's still undecided about future plans. Another round of applause for Josie. Miss Alyssa Laurel Hatfield. Alyssa would like to thank her parents and North Miami staff, specifically Mr. Burris, Mr. Fuel, Mrs. Hinkle, and Mrs. Miller. She plans to continue working as a CNA and attend cosmetology school. Another round of applause for Alyssa Hatfield. Mr. Eli Diedrich Henderson. Eli would like to thank Rod Burns and the Burns family, his mother, Ava and Annie Jones, Tracy and Marie Henderson, teachers and coaches. His plans are to attend Vincennes University and pursue an associate's in law enforcement. Eli also received a Heartland Career Center scholarship this year. Look out. Miss Hannah Lene Hicks. Hannah would like to specifically thank Miss Carrie Wilson, her mother, and her stepmother. She does plan to take a year off and find a job. Another round of applause for Hannah. Miss Chloe Ellen Hilbert. Chloe would like to thank her family and friends. Her future plans involve attending IUK and studying elementary education. I would like to acknowledge a graduate that's not here today, Mr. Jesse Matthew Hinkle. Jesse graduated at midterm and has since joined the Army. He's away with training. I would like to announce our next graduate, Mr. Blaine Selland Hunter. Blaine would like to thank his family, staff, especially Mr. Swantner, Mr. Burris as well, and his future plans involve attending IUK for zoology. Another round of applause for Blaine Hunter. Mr. Landon Wallace Hunter. Landon would like to thank his parents and North Miami staff. He also plans to attend IUK and study English education and accounting. Landon is also receiving the Pauline Thrush Thompson Scholarship. Round of applause for Landon. Our next graduate to announce to you, Mr. Trey Allen Hyde. Oh, sorry, skipped ahead again. Trey David Hunter. Mr. Trey Hunter would like to thank his parents and North Miami staff. He also plans to attend IUK and study English education. You have him on your roster? Another round of applause for Trey Hunter. Next we have Mr. Trey Allen Hyde. Trey Hyde would like to thank his family. His future plans involve joining the workforce, and his class voted him the quietest male. Another round of applause for Trey Hyde. Next we have Miss Heaven Summer Jimenez. Heaven would like to thank her family, her coaches, and friends. Her plan is to attend Indiana State University and study elementary education. Heaven is also being recognized today for being an outstanding grammar student. She's received a Heartland Career Center scholarship, the NMEA scholarship, the Jostin scholarship, and the Mexico Lions Club scholarship. Our next graduate is Miss Jacqueline Michaela Jones. Jackie would like to thank her parents, Georgina and Kelly McClure, Mary and Michael Jones, and specifically Mrs. McBride. Jackie plans to attend IU Bloomington and major in human biology as a pre-med student. Another round of applause for Jackie Jones. Our next graduate, Miss Bailey Michelle Kime. Bailey would like to thank her parents and coaches and North Miami staffs, specifically Mrs. Wessels. She plans to attend Manchester University and study exercise science and athletic training. It's not sprinkling, that's just your imagination. You might remember Bailey was acknowledged by her classmates for being best friends with Hannah Hall. She's also acknowledged from her classmates as being most athletic. She's receiving TRC Mental Attitude, TRC Distinguished Award, TRC Spring Academic All-Conference, the Hoppus Memorial Fund Scholarship, the Mexico Lions Club Scholarship, the FFA Scholarship. She's all-conference basketball, all-state basketball, academic all-conference basketball, academic all-state basketball, and getting the Boosters Club Scholarship as well. Our next graduate, you've seen him before today, Mr. Thomas Allen Lane. Tommy would like to thank family and staff. His plan is to study computer science with a minor in electrical engineering at Purdue. His class the other day acknowledged that he has the worst vehicle. I disagree. They voted him the best dressed. I also disagree. But I do agree with the last statement. They think he's most likely to cure COVID-19. Tommy also receives the Randy Hughes Memorial Scholarship, the Miami County Community Foundation Scholarship, and the North Miami Class of 1965 Alumni Scholarship. Mr. Jonah Eric Laycock. Jonah would like to thank his mom and dad, his coworkers, his church family, teachers, and coaches. His future plans include continuing to work at Pike Lumber on the maintenance crew and pursue professional welding opportunities. He also plans to continue with mission work. Another round of applause for Jonah Laycock. Miss Zoe Danielle Manuel. Zoe would like to thank her mom and dad and North Miami teachers. Her future plans include studying at a Special Touch Dog Grooming Academy. Another round of applause for Zoe Manuel. Mr. Gavin Douglas Charles Mappin. Gavin would specifically like to thank his mom, and his future plans are currently undecided. Another round of applause for Gavin. Miss Marissa Sue Martinez. Marissa would like to thank her grandma and siblings specifically, Her future plans involve studying social work at Ivy Tech. Another round of applause for Marissa. Miss Isabella Grace McBride. Isabella would like to thank her family. She's going to Ball State University to study animation. Her class voted her most artistic. And today she's being acknowledged as well for the outstanding 2D art student. Another round of applause for Isabella. Miss Adie Marie McGriff. Adie would like to thank school staff and family, as well as her friends. Her future plans involve Ivy Tech in Marion. She was voted by her classmates as most likely to be late. Miss Hannah Nicole McVeigh. Hannah would like to thank her parents and all North Miami staff, but specifically Mr. Wildermuth. Her future plans involve studying agriculture education at Purdue University. Hannah was voted the biggest overachiever, the teacher's pet, and most likely to cure COVID-19. Hannah's receiving the DAR Scholarship, the Future Hoosier Educators Award, the Miami County Lilly Endowment Community Scholarship, the National Merit Special Scholarship, the McVeigh Agriculture Scholarship, the Ag Ed Quasi-Endowment Scholarship, the Miami County Master Gardener, Outstanding Animal Science Student, Done Right Scholarship, and the Mexico Lions Club Scholarship. Our next graduate, Mr. Trey Revere Metler. Trey would like to thank his parents and other family members and North Miami teachers. His future plans involve attending Purdue University and studying agronomy. Trey is acknowledged for the TRC Distinguished Award, the TRC Spring Academic All-Conference, FFA Scholarship, the Warrior Way Scholarship, and the Academic All-Conference in Wrestling. Mr. Andrew James Moreland. Andrew would like to thank his mom and dad, as well as his stepfather, his Uncle Jonathan, Coach Floyd, Coach Grant, Staff Sergeant Miller, and other family and staff, including the football staff. His future plans involve becoming a U.S. Marine and studying flight at Indiana State University and becoming a U.S. Marine fighter pilot. Mr. Caden Carlos Mullins. Caden would like to thank his mom, his stepfather, and his aunt. He plans to do something in the medical field. Also, his classmates voted him most likely to be late. He's taken that late comment personally. Miss Delaney Grace Murphy. Delaney would like to thank her family. Her future plans are to attend IUPUI and study business. Another round of applause for Delaney Murphy. Mr. Nathaniel Blaine Musselman. Nate would like to thank his family. His future plans are to attend Indiana Tech and study business. Another round of applause for Nate Musselman. Our next graduate, Mr. Andrew Noah Pfaffenbach. Noah would like to thank his parents, and his future plans involve continuing work full-time at CAPS and working through trade school, as well as Vincennes online classes. Noah is also receiving an FFA scholarship in his portfolio today. Mr. Trace Alexander Pugh. Trace would like to thank his parents and all of North Miami staff. His future plans are to continue work at Case Construction. Another round of applause for Trace Pugh. Mr. Colin Edward Redmond. Colin would like to thank his parents, and his future plans are to join the workforce. Another round of applause for Colin Redmond. Our next graduate to honor is Mr. Isaiah Dimitri Reese. Isaiah would like to thank his mom. He plans to go to Ivy Tech for a couple years and then Morehouse University to study psychology. Baseball is also part of his future plan. Mr. Carson Eric Rexroad. Carson would like to thank his family. He plans to attend Indiana Wesleyan University and to study biblical studies. Another round of applause for Carson Rex Road. Mr. Nicholas Gene Ryder. Nick would like to thank his grandma, his grandpa, and his mother. His future plans involve continuing to drive semis with his newly acquired CDL license. Another round of applause for Nick Ryder. Mr. David Anthony Rivera. David would like to thank his parents. His future plans involve pursuing a marketing degree. And his classmates said that he had the worst case of senioritis. Another round of applause for David Rivera. Mr. Garrett Blaine Roop. Garrett would like to thank his parents today, and his future plans are undecided. Another round of applause for Garrett Roop. Mr. Donovan Sidney Ross. Donovan would like to thank all teachers and staff. His future plans involve continuing to work at Body by Moose. Another round of applause for Donovan. Miss Madeline Elizabeth C. Madeline would like to thank her mother. Her future plans are to attend IUPUI online. Her classmates said that she had the best smile and the best vehicle. Madeline also is being recognized today as being our outstanding economics student. Miss Caitlin Marie Seitz. Katie would like to thank her family, specifically her sisters and her grandma. Her future plans are to attend Ivy Tech and pursue a career in animal cruelty investigating. Another round of applause for Katie. Mr. Gregory Michael Sonafrank. Greg would like to thank his parents. His future plans are to attend Wabash College. And you might remember from earlier that he's best friends with Braxton Beal. Greg was also voted by his classmates as the teacher's pet. Another round of applause for Greg Sonafrank. Miss Reagan Lynn Stein. Reagan would like to thank her parents. Her future plans involve continuing to work at Little Off the Top in Denver and attend esthetician school. Another round of applause for Reagan Stein. Mr. Riley Johann Stein. Riley would like to thank his parents. His future plans involve starting August 24th at Purdue Polytechnical. Another round of applause for Riley Stein. Mr. Joshua David Stone. JD would like to thank his family and staff and others that supported him. For his future plans, JD is winging it. JD was voted the biggest class clown and the loudest. Another round of applause for JD. Mr. Thane Elijah Tenney. Thane would like to thank North Miami staff, specifically Mrs. Lynn. His future plans are to attend UNO and study diesel mechanics. Another round of applause for Thane Tenney. Miss Michaela Renee Wagner. Michaela would like to thank parents, teachers, staff, and administration. Her future plans are to attend Ivy Tech initially and pursuing elementary education degree. Michaela is also receiving a recognition for being an outstanding grammar student today. Let's have another round of applause for Michaela. Miss Shelby Lynn Walker. Shelby would like to thank her parents, her teachers, and staff. Her future plans are to attend IUK and pursue a degree in nursing. Her classmates told us that she had the worst case of senioritis. But not till after she had secured a Dean's Scholarship for IUK and a Coca-Cola scholarship as well. Another round of applause for Miss Shelby Walker. Miss Samantha K. Widener. Sam would like to thank her family and North Miami staff, specifically Mrs. Homrich. Her future plan is to attend IU Bloomington and double major in accounting and finance with a minor in Spanish. Let's have another round of applause for Sam Widener. Miss Jessa Jean Wilhelm. Jessa would like to thank her parents, her sister, North Miami staff, specifically Mr. Wildermuth. Her future plan is to attend Ivy Tech in Logansport for ag business. Jessa was voted by her classmates for having the worst vehicle, but the best hair. In addition to her diploma today, Jess is receiving the Community of Character Scholarship, the Bob White Habitat Chapter of Quail Forever Scholarship, the Miami County Master Gardeners Scholarship, Glenn Jones Honor Scholarship, the Outstanding Horticulture Science Student Award, an FFA Scholarship, Richard Kinsey Memorial Scholarship, the Miami County Farm Bureau Scholarship, Mexico Lions Club Scholarship, the Warrior Way Scholarship, and that's it, I guess. Miss Taylor Louise Williams. Taylor would like to thank her family, specifically her grandpa and mom. Her future plans are to join the National Guard and enter the workforce. Taylor is also receiving an award for being the Outstanding Math 10 student today. Let's have another round of applause for Taylor Williams. Mr. Connor Thomas Wilson. Connor would like to thank his mother and father and COVID for the extended break. His future plans are to complete an apprenticeship to become a carpentry journeyman. And if you remember earlier, we announced that he should be with Marianne Freeman, apparently. Good job, Connor. Mr. Damian Michael Wilson. Damian would like to thank Mr. Storm, Mr. Demeen, his mom, his dad, Mrs. Cabbage, and Misty. He plans to continue the next step with a career in mechanics. Let's have another round of applause for Damien. Mr. Nathaniel Canis Winters. Nathan would like to thank his mom and dad, Michael and Mary Jones, Mr. Wildermuth and Mr. Grant, his friends and classmates. His future plans involve joining the Navy. He departs for basic training on July 28th. Nathan's also receiving an FFA scholarship today as well. Last but not least, we've got Mr. Tristan Lou Working. Tristan would like to thank his mom and dad. His future plans are to attend Wabash College. His classmates said that he had the best smile. He also is the most artistic and most athletic. Tristan is also receiving today the TRC Mental Attitude Award, the Mexico Lions Club Scholarship, the Outstanding 2D Art Student Award, and he's being recognized as All-Conference for basketball. Okay, thank you for your patience with that. That was fun. I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Hanson, to approach the podium next.
Good afternoon. We're almost there. Parents, I want to thank you for the last 18 years of sacrifices, love, care, support, and hard work that you've put into these very fine young men and women here in front of us this afternoon. So thank you. Class of 2020 in front of me today, I am thankful we've had the opportunity to recognize you and give you the recognitions you deserve for your hard work and efforts. We sit here today, and as a superintendent, just a few words, cannot be more proud of you. And in one word of describing our senior class this year is resilient. I wish you nothing but the best. I know you're going to be successful, and don't ever forget where you came from, and always be proud to be a Warrior. So thank you. I do have a job to do today, and I'd like to ask the class of 2020 to please rise. By the power vested in me by the state of Indiana and the North Miami Community School Board of Trustees, I now declare you graduates of North Miami High School. It is my pleasure to introduce your class president, Ms. Hannah McVeigh.
You guys can be seated. Well, class of 2020, we did it. We finally graduated. Just like our parents, grandparents, teachers, and peers before us said, it really does fly by. I hope that you all cherish the memories that you created here. When we walked into school on Friday, March 13th, none of us knew that it would be the last time we rushed to class just in time to hear the 8:10 bell. None of us knew that it would be the last time we would sit around the table with some of our closest friends as we enjoyed lunch, or it would be the last time sitting in our favorite class with our favorite teachers. I feel that this is such an example to the realities of life. We never know when our last time is, but there is a last time for everything. So I have this one request for you. Enjoy life. Make tons of memories, cherish every moment, and always be happy. Over the last few months, for some that has not been easy. I myself have cried, been mad, and felt like the life was not fair. This was supposed to be our year. But then I think of all the opportunities brought forth during this time. I was able to spend extra time with my father before leaving for college. I was able to see my friends who were at college a lot more than usual. And I was able to pick up another job to help save more money. Perspective changes everything, and there is so much life to live, no matter what is going on in the world around you. Fellow classmates, please embrace every opportunity this crazy life throws at you, no matter what is going on. One of my favorite books by Mark Lucado has a quote that I want to read to you today. It says, "The good life begins not when our circumstances change, but when our attitude towards them does." I hope that you never forget the memories you made, the people you met, or your time here at North Miami. Class of 2020, we did it, and I could not be more proud to be a Warrior. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Class Secretary Mary Ann Freeman to the podium for our benediction.
I'm going to interrupt and ask Mary Ann to wait just a minute. Class of 2020, would you please rise for me? At this time, I'd like you to take that little thing that's been driving you nuts, that tassel, and shift it over to the other side. Congratulations. Now we'll ask Mary Ann to close us out with the benediction. You can remain standing.
Hey y'all, so please bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together today. We want to be the young adults we are today without the help of you. Thank you for all of the good memories and friends made in the past 4 years. Please guide us as we go our separate ways in life. Let us all remember the times we shared as a Warrior. In your name we pray. Amen.
Let's have one more round of applause for the class of 2020.
This is a Walton Webcasting production, livestock like you've never seen before.